curious like what sort of the dynamic is with the drafting and everything else, because every time I look at these NGX drafts, I'm just like, what the heck happened, you know?
Yeah, it feels like it's very passive when it comes to their draft. Like we're gonna let you guys do whatever you want in the lanes and in the early mid game, and like picking Deuce is just the epitome of that. So I'm very worried about just, I think, playing Deuce into a team like T1 when they have a draft with Visage, Monkey King, Tree and Tiny. Like everything they've got is just like tempo heroes that are going to put Deuce on the back foot, unless Deuce can have a win her lane. And that's a big if too.
Yeah, big ifs. Man, also when the mid laner just says enjoy and that's it, like, oh my god, that's striking fear into the heart of everybody. Terrifying right there.
I love it. SEA, the team's always friendly, always having some banner.
30 seconds to showtime.
Yeah, saying, you know, enjoy your mid matchup. Alacrity's getting plays Ember though this time around. I feel like he's in for, you know, a slightly better lane maybe, but it's tough playing into the Tiny.
Yeah, it's very tough when you start out at half HP too. Throw a little tree at him. Very annoying. And that's going to ensure most likely these top 2 runes, and maybe they can get a third. Karl's here.
Yep. Some good damage. Karl may have to fight his way out for it.
Yeah, Zephyr moving on into Bumbi, tries to get it, and in fact is going to be able to sneak that one away. So that will mean NGX set themselves up for 2 bounty runs at the very least.
Nice.
And Whitemon. That's interesting. He's made sure that he couldn't block. That's awesome, actually. Huh.
Yeah, just, you know, giving Karl a slight edge in this mid wave as far as having it slightly more on his side. Get that bit of extra harassing for the Tiny.
I like that. Well, you can see also that they're bullying and back Yokum here. Whitemon keeping him pressured all the way out and around, keeping an eye on him, and will tank through one of those Illuminate blasts afterwards. As down bottom, Cuckoo obviously got the play last time with the Dawnbreaker. This time just snipes him.
Yep. Boombell was giving it. I mean, it's not really on Boombell. I think at that point, Deucey, you just... Soul Assumption has a pretty crazy cast range, so... This game too close.
Well, that's not a great start. Oh my god. And Zephyr just on this tree coming in and denying creeps in their face. I mean, god, this like melee versus melee thing they've got going on with Visage just feels so good. I feel like T1 have come up with a really good strategy here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the answer is. Like these melee 4s, like, I mean, we saw, what was it, Dawnbreaker last game, this time Tree. These heroes that give Soul Assumption stacks and fight, like, you know, basically this Dawnbreaker and Treant fighting is helping the Visage because you just throw out these nukes just constantly. So to me, the answer is like you have to just ignore fighting and you don't want to trade harass. But if you do that, you're being harassed without harassing back, and then you lose the regen battle. So that's why this Visage is just such a strong offlaner.
Yeah, and I mean, even though he's gotten a lot of sort of nerfs as we're taking a look at some battles up top there, we're even seeing like some adjustments being made by these players, because part of the strength of Visage last time was you go this double null talisman, you've got lower mana costs on Soul Assumption. Right now, Cuckoo has 4 mangoes, so he's just spamming them out constantly as Mizu is getting bullied and pressured back and just completely off the wave now. So still struggling in this laning stage.
Yeah, you know, it's only 2.5 minutes in, but top 3 CS all on the dire side, all with, you know, 3 to 6 denies as well. So it's definitely a bad sign that these lanes were set up to be T1 favored already.
Very
going on
annoying.
Mizu up top, but actually looks like he should be okay.
Yeah, they're able to keep him away, but Cappy's just pulling the creep wave over with them.
Body block?
A couple more punches. Whitemon doing just fabulous work there. And this is double wave now pushing into the Monkey King. Like, this entire creep wave is going to get denied out, and Mizu can't do anything here.
Look like he took Mizu his eye. He's got no regen. He's just sitting with a casual bracer. He may just die again. There's a boundless strike ready.
Oh no.
Body
Chase, Void, Boundless, couple more punches is all they need, and tries to smoke even. I don't know, there was a misclick there. Yikes. Oh, yikes. That was like all the buttons press.
Was that the radiant? I couldn't actually tell. So it was a radiant smoke, not a dire one. I just saw the smoke animation.
Oh, it could have been a.
Could be
It might have been
BM
Whitemon.
smoke. Could be the BM smoke. Like, hi, you're dying. Let's smoke. Honestly, that'd be a pretty baller move. I'd be down for that, but I don't.
Yeah.
I have no idea whose it was.
That's fair. Well, I mean, yeah, as you mentioned, top lane going very rough for them. Bottom lane, Boombe is actually getting some pretty good damage there into Cuckoo, but with the salve ready.
Once. Yeah. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll take these souls. He's gone 2 points in soul assumption. I think last game he had just the 1. But with all the fighting going on, he's gonna. I think it was a 1-1-1 build into max Grave Chill. He probably goes back for Grave Chill just because of how well it synergizes with the familiars, but constant fighting, and Cuckoo just wants to embrace it.
He's having himself the time of his life right now, and I mean, mid lane, Alacrity is gonna get some good damage here onto Karl. Ava toss back and pops the water room as Yokum is gonna die up top to Gabby. But you know, they're keeping some pretty good pressure on there. Karl chase back, does not have any extra regen, so he's gonna have to go all the way home, but did at least get the XP from that wave first.
Top lane, jumping on Mizu.
Some trouble. Whitemon has been just a terror with these body blocks. They move on in. Boundless strike afterwards connects onto both Gabby. 3-0-1. What a start.
He's maxing Jingle, at least getting 3 points. I don't know if he'll fully max it, but with the Orb of Venom and the Whitemon body blocks, this is Whitemon Bane. He's, you know, early boots, and he's just using them to full effect to completely crush this lane before it hits nighttime. Now it's nighttime, Mizu can at least probably run away. I think Gabby still is going to own him in this kind of, like, you know,
in your dream
trade.
And Soul Assumption back off cooldown, wasn't able to get the kill, but still, I mean, it's really rough. And Cuckoo,
he's got another Soul Assumption.
Yeah, Bluey might just be dead afterwards. One more punch from downtown. Cuckoo gets a 6-0 to start. I mean, I think that the other thing about that, you mentioned the boots, like, Mizu has shown that he's been going for this, like, max bracer builds, and that means that you don't have the movement speed to get away. It's like having an extra stun.
Yeah, that's where Monkey King is like, usually it used to be the meta when Monkey King was like picked every game, like as an offlaner, you just have to buy boots. Like you go boots first on like a Mars or something, and it sucked. It didn't feel good. Like the itemization kind of changed over times where it's like, okay, you can trade better with bracers, but you can't trade against Monkey as a melee hero, so I totally agree. I think not getting boots is a bit of a mistake here. And they're just getting kill after kill.
I mean, even the one lane that was going well. Yeah, it was going well for Alacrity, and now that rotation sets him up really well. Man. And you can see Mizu going back for the boots now, after not even finishing the third bracer. He's just decided he has to get him, and like makes sense.
Yep. This game looking pretty grim. Karl will TP back in to refill Alacrity's bottle, give Karl a rough time in this mid lane. It's definitely the one lane that, I mean, it's not even going, like, it's going well in the sense, like, Alacrity's having a good game, but he's not winning his lane. It's just an even trade so far.
Right. And the other two lanes are definitely going quite well. Karl actually has 15 denies, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's ahead by 200 net worth, so in some ways, I mean, if you're going to call it either way, it actually is a Karl victory in this mid lane.
Right.
Dire's mid tower.
And down bottom, Zephyr keeping the pressure on In Your Dream out of mana. We'll get the Mystic Sync regen a little bit there, but Zephyr staying on target. I mean, he's beating into him, but now that just might mean that he goes down anyways. Tries to give the high five. They also take down the coddle up top. I mean, it is just all bad right now for NGX. This has been a catastrophe.
Good news. Siege Wagon died bottom. Okay, that's, you know, there's a silver lining. The creep aggro didn't come in time, so Cuckoo just hit 6 with that Siege Wagon. Maybe they could pressure the tier 1 bottom, get it down to half health, but it died.
Dude, all right, for all you listening out there, this is how you know we're reaching. The good news, they kill the creep, okay?
And not even the hero, the tower killed the creep. Oh, Alacrity.
Mid lane.
Oh my god, he can't even remember it out. This game's just over. I mean, it's not like truly over, but they feel they don't feel like they're playing Dota. Like, it has the feeling of a game that's just lost. Like, if this was a pub game, they would be saying, let's just AFK and Fountain. Like, that's what it feels like right now. Like, even though it's not, you know, actually over.
Right. That was really interesting too, right? Two of the hardest hitting heroes in the game at this level, 100 base damage on Tree, Tiny 120 base damage, and they just punched the Ember to death. He felt like he was safe, but he was not. Wow. They're gonna have to dig deep here, man. They're gonna have to dig real deep. Cuckoo, this is a good way to do it. Looking for the kill. Bird stun, catches on the both of them, TP out. Oh, no points in searing chains. Yikes. Oh man.
And mid lane, they're going on in your dream. Not sure they've got this kill. Avalanche soon, but not soon enough.
They're playing it a little bit safer now.
Here comes Gabby. Gabby, I love this guy. He's ready to fight again. He's like, where's this DOTA? We're going in.
Throws it back, chase forward. You can't run away from the monkey man as the boundless strike is there. And yeah, Gabby getting involved. 5-0-1. Karl, he's just got to run to try and kill off this creep wave. They need to make whatever space they can. Excuse me, Alacrity, not Karl. As got to just get the hell out of there. And if he gets caught, he's done. We'll chase him all the way back. Whitemon there, and then the Remnant away.
Wanted to find him, but couldn't quite do so. Yeah, this game is in a rough spot. I mean, this is where if you're thinking about Galaxy C, you gotta try find a kill somewhere, and I think that's just where it's like, who's the most alone? It was Cuckoo before, like the rotation. Remember, I think it was the right one. They just didn't have a way to cancel his TP. Cuckoo kind of outplayed him, so what they needed was just +1 hero. Like if you're going for these kills, you can't do it with 2. Bring 3, bring 4. Just make sure you get a kill. Overcommit resources to try and salvage something.
Right. No matter what, it's not going to feel good. So at least make sure that, the thing that doesn't feel good is at least something positive.
Yeah. And like last game, like if you were doing that, it's like, oh, but the TV's free farm. This time it's a monkey. So it's not like this hero that's going to instantly win the game, but your 4 non-Medusa heroes have to be just finding kills and making plays somewhere on the map while Medusa farms. Like that's got to be the game plan if you're NGX.
Well, for T1, the game plan is just keep the momentum going, and that's what they're going to do. Have birds down bottom, take the tower with the catapult, and still hunting for more. Whitemon chasing that Dawnbreaker courier around. In your dream, only level 5 right now. Currently, one of the lowest levels in the game. As Karl going to get chased out of mid, they turn, throw avalanche toss, and then backs out. Not quite level 6 yet on Whitemon, but does have the tome in inventory, and we'll probably bring it out pretty soon.
Thanks so long.
See where T1 go next. But now it's like they don't want to group up too much. They want to keep playing the farm game at least a little bit. But if they can hunt this Medusa, they'd love to do so. And Gabby's not even trying to farm. He's just hunting and following this Medusa.
Yeah, and that's a Diffusal Blade. Oh, man. In your dream goes down.
Yeah.
Dude,
melt.
Gabby is twice her levels. She's level 10, she's level 5.
That's the levels. Look at the farm. It's almost like triple. It's like 2.5 times the farm.
I have never seen that before in a game of Dota. Avatos dead. Yikes. Ilkum next. Chase down, looking for the finish. We'll find him through the trees, possibly. No, doesn't go for it all the way. Boundless Strike just ends him. Zephyr finally gonna get gone on.
One kill.
They can't drop him. Stoneform.
No.
The turn.
Yes.
They will find 1 kill, but it's gonna come at the cost of the rest of them. Avatos dead again.
Double kill.
Karl double kill. So 17-1 here. And at 12 minutes, they're gonna take the other tier 1 tower mid.
Mid towers in trouble.
Wow.
The Dire might want to mine
I've been in these kind of games, played Battle Cup, run into Team Liquid, and I'm just like, the kill score, I look up and it's like 25-0. I'm like, how the hell do I run into Team Liquid in Battle Cup? And your game plan just becomes, let's 5-man smoke, get 1 kill, and then GG out.
Right, exactly.
That's where I feel like NGX are almost at. But of course, this is a pro Dota team playing DPC. And, well, unfortunately, they just can't make anything happen.
Trying to get out of there.
Oh, perfect chain stun.
Cuckoo making it happen with those familiars. Yeah, I mean, it just feels like the draft that they got, they never really had a chance here on T1 to get off the mark to make things work. First, Medusa ulti used to run behind tier 2 away. She can't farm anything.
Anyone who leaves base is getting... Any carry who leaves the base to farm is being... They're kind of ignoring Mizu, but I think anytime they see or have a feeling of where Deuce in the map, they're going to run at her. Particularly Gabby. Gabby's just stopped hitting creeps for like the last kind of 5 minutes, it seems.
Just killing heroes. Farming them up.
Oh, they ready to
the
fight
punches
this,
in. Boundless strike. Yikes! Gabby, so unbelievably strong at this point in the game. Although, can they kill him? This would be huge. Big
lifesteal.
blast coming through, trying to live through it. Will it be enough? Gabby eventually goes down. Have they overextended? Cuckoo also in trouble. Signs of life for Enigma Galaxy C, as they will all tip Karl for not showing up to help him. I'm sure it's coming soon.
It's like, come on, we're just fighting. You know, let's have some fun. Why are you here, Karl? But yeah, Gabby just, you know, bit off a little bit more than he can chew. They just couldn't quite get the Jingu stacks up fast enough to keep life stealing. Once he used that balance at the start of the fight too, it just meant, you know, he lacked that little bit of firepower. So, small little win for Enigma Galaxy. They're gonna need a lot more of that.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty rough. Bean script afterwards. Ubin tries to stop it and will come through with the kill. Okay. A couple more. Karl now maybe in a little bit of trouble. He does have Avalanche again in a second, so it looks like he's gonna be fine actually.
He wants to go in, but gets his regen rune broken and his blink dagger continuing to get cancelled as well. So good play by NGX to make sure they disengage.
Well, and you know, there are some things like, you know, we talk about Medusa and how poor she is. In Your Dream is just not going to have a good time no matter what it feels like. Yeah. But you got 4 points in Chakra Magic right now for the Coddle and an Ember that's got some decent levels.
Oh,
if they want to fight, it's got to be around that. But this is the problem, is that Medusa, the big carry that's supposed to salvage all this, is going to die again. Mizu on top of all of them, but yeah, with Overgrowth there.
Saves
the follow-up coming out in just a second. Very scary. Nightmare afterwards onto Alacrity. Meanwhile, Karl does go down. Sleight of Fist able to get the kill. Yoakum will get punished. Triple kill for Gabby. And he might keep going for a bit more here. Yeah. Eyes. Oh, wait.
Oh, they broke the tree.
Okay. But cannot do anything afterwards.
One remnant. Yeah. I think T1 maybe feeling like they don't want to throw this one. They're going to back off, even though they are very strong with these 3 heroes.
Wise decisions. Playing it safe.
Karl could have lived there. His blink came up and he chose not to blink away, and then Night Stalker nuked him from like trees with the Dark Ascension, so then it broke his blink, so he got chased down. But yeah, not the end of the world. As it was so funny. Gabby respawned after that last fight, and he's not even he's ignoring creeps half the time, it feels like. Like he might cut some waves bottom, but he just went straight at the enemy jungle as soon as he respawned to just keep fighting.
Karl has also decided to go for a Midas, as Mizu is going to get nightmared. Don't know if he turns and keeps going for more. Looks like he won't, but yeah, Karl decided that that's the item instead of phase boots for him. He had a moon shard queued up for a little bit too. Kind of interesting.
Bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
It's like, okay, we're going to be constantly fighting. My farm might drop off. Let's just get a casual Midas to maybe keep up on some farm as well as levels.
Yeah.
Okay. There goes Radiant's bottom tower.
Keep the Alacrity in bottom, but he's not trying to defend. He's just trying to take a creep wave out and then remnant himself out of there as T1. This mid lane ward is causing a lot of problems, giving them all this vision. NGX just haven't been able to scout out yet.
Avalanche. Find one, toss back, Whitemon. Oh, they cut the tree again, but I don't think that he gets out of here. Dominate! Gabby has the Boundless if they need it, but won't even. So tier 2 tower taking bottom as well as the outpost, and they are really trying to put the clamps on this game.
And it just feels like Medusa is never going to be able to get enough farm. Like, she can't leave her base to farm Ancients or do much.
Right.
Ooh. Threatening an Overgrowth there in Alacrity. Yeah.
And Gabby sees Mizu down bottom, and we'll try and go for a quick jump, it looks like. Tries to get out. Boundless. Oh, come off cooldown in 1 second. Couldn't get him.
The end of the world, but I like how T1's playing this. It's just very suffocating. They're toss back.
Yeah. Looking for him.
Rip though.
Ready to go if they need to. Whitemon waiting. Hanging out to the side. Roots there onto Karl, and Mizu's gonna go down. They drop the ulti. Dawnbreaker hits onto nobody. now in very far, trying to kill Whitemon, still hanging on to that grip. They kill off the Dawnbreaker, and the Root caught one. Alacrity trying to escape. Defusal there. Gabby chasing and hunting him on the side. Whitemon almost dropped, but they will get him there with the grip. So they find themselves a third kill. T1. Very, very solid stuff.
Yeah. They're taking this approach, like, let's just position ourselves right outside their base. Like, instead of farming creeps, T1 is just denying farm from the enemy. So there's like many ways you can kind of play the economy game, and rather than trying to outfarm their opponents, they're just trying to deny every bit of farm on the map from NGX while, you know, getting some creep waves. They're just ignoring the jungle entirely. And with the heroes like Monkey King, this is not like a fast, efficient jungle farmer, so it kind of makes sense that they're just doing everything possible to make Medusa's game just impossible to play.
Right. Yeah. And they're still getting what they need out of the map. They are finally going to get out here on NGX as Roche is being taken, but I mean, this is not really going to you know, solve all the problems, particularly when T1 decide to go at him again. Wraith Pack done now for Cuckoo. Gabby about halfway to a BKB. So it's just going to be claimed, given to the Monkey King, and T1, we'll see what they decide to do with this, if they just keep that high tempo momentum going. It feels like they're thinking about it.
Yeah, T1's coming out. The only reason they were able to get out on the map is because they were taking Roche, and T1 know this. The second they take Roche, they smoke, and they're like, let's, you know, we got to put them back in their base. Like, you know, that's where they belong. These guys should not be able to get on farm. They're pinging Boombell. They know he's kind of in that kind of the enemy ancients area, stealing some farm. They're going to go hunt him down. They're just hunting wherever they can.
Making sure that there's nowhere that's safe for them to be out on the map. A 12k gold lead now. They will get a D ward, and Boomba, he is going to TP out from there. So outpost reclaimed, and T1, there is still a tower tier 2 up on the top side. I'm curious if they just go high ground here, or if they want to like sort of use this as a farming Aegis and not throw away that lead that they've built up.
Yeah, I think it's probably the game plan doesn't change too much with it. Will be more of what we saw before. I think as far as just sticking right outside the enemy base, and then probably start poking at the high ground with Visage summons. Monkey King is not a good high grounding hero. As much as possible, they just want to find kills, and Alacrity, ooh, have the one charges.
But the avalanche just barely on the edge.
That's your best.
He thought he could one TP away, but Karl just showed up in time, right as the TP was about to complete.
Radiant's top towers
That's really good. It gets there just in time, and now, you know, you've got, this is going to be Moonshard done on Tiny. Hasn't finished off the shard yet, but this is just so hard to fight into. And everywhere you look, they're controlling all 3 lanes, and you know, NGX, they can't leave their base.
I don't think that's changing anytime soon, unless they can somehow put together some kind of miracle fight. And
oh my god, Gabby, Joe's right on in your dream, will get the ulti off, and Gabby forced to pop the BKB, just being a little bit safe with his moves.
Yeah, the chakra magic has to be kind of used in those clutch situations. The only reason he had the mana was because of the chakra, so Yokan probably has to keep that chakra cooldown always ready for that mana burn. Doesn't feel good.
No, this is very painful Dota, and I mean, NGX, again, there is nothing you can do but kill these creep waves, and maybe if you see Gabby on a lane, you can see Alacrity down bottom here trying to pressure out, but I mean, there's a ward there. They see him moving out and gonna try and catch him with Cuckoo, baby. It's really just completely suffocating gameplay going on right now.
You have at least some numbers seeming to group around this bottom lane, but you'll know Monkey can. I love that Gabby's just like hunting while the rest of his team are like, yeah, let's go high ground, and he's just like, no, but Medusa might come up here and farm. So
right,
he's making sure that this Medusa does not leave the base, and now he'll join his team once he recognizes that, okay, they're grouped up as 5 in base. Oh, I'll join. Let's go push.
All right. And no Tiny to toss back in this one, no Bat Rider, none of those heroes that can try and punish the heavy positioning forward. Gabby does get dropped fairly low, and if there is one thing this NGX lineup does well, it is hold high ground. Slight spam with Chakra, Medusa annoying, but is it gonna really stop the eventual push from coming, it feels unlikely.
Yeah, and the issue is it's like that, you know, when your head just get further ahead. So even if you don't break high ground and get the base, if they're not leaving their base right now, you see T1, they're still farming most of the lanes, like farming the jungle. This gold lead is getting bigger and bigger. It's now 17k, and Medusa, she's not farming. Like, Coddle has to blast out these waves. Like, Coddle's taking some farm. Like, Medusa's now smoking just to leave the base to try. I guess farm top wave. If anything, I think she wants to get into that top jungle.
Yeah, I think they leave this one alone here.
Smart. I think ignore that creep wave and go in the jungle. Yeah,
oh my god, they're already there. They have a ward though. They have a ward. They're gonna see this. Oh, the T1 was so ready. Oh, and now that they see it, wait, they're getting past it though. They're past the ward. 4 bounty runes. Let's go. All right, that's what they needed.
That's a value smoke. Smoke to get 4 bounties. Hell yeah.
Oh, and they see her though, and now like gets to hit 3 creeps and then runs away.
Nah.
Jeez.
You know, that smoke didn't quite get the result they were looking for, but it found a result just as good. So
yeah,
we take those.
That's a good chunk of gold.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's like spread evenly. You know, Medusa's, she's not much of a communist. She wants all the gold for herself.
Right.
She doesn't want to redistribute this wealth. And yeah, they like this Coddle's getting some good farm, but hey, you know, we don't care about the Coddle.
No, Coddle is the least important hero. I mean, actually the most important. Make sure Alacrity can spam stuff, but
sure.
You were mentioning though the sort of push out, rather the difference of like farming an individual area or trying to like, you know, keep them stuck in base. It does feel like T1 have gone back a little bit more and like loosened the hold that they had on the jungle slightly. So there is some area now for NGX to get some farm. They're getting their neutral items as well now. They're almost going to have the full set. But this does set up for T1 to pressure top now.
That's great. 25 minutes in and they hadn't farmed all their neutral items. But because they left the base, T1's like, oh, we don't have Aegis, that's fine. Let's go Tiny. We'll just walk on in with a Moonshard Midas Tiny. What a build.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the easiest thing in the world.
They just kind of got caught sleeping. Like, they defended their high ground perfectly when they had Aegis, and suddenly T1 just walk on in with no defense in the top lane. I think they just weren't expecting that one. So, I'm dead.
Wow. I mean, it is telling, right? Like, in a way, you know, the moves that T1 are making, they're the ones that are dictating all of the pace of how this game goes. They're like, okay, we're gonna leave you an opening so you can leave your base, so that way we can take racks, you know?
Yeah. It definitely feels like they're kind of the puppeteers right now and just, you know, kind of playing with their food a bit in some ways. As, you know, it's very quickly just rising and rising in terms of this gold lead. 17k gold when they had the Aegis, already up to 21. They're just kind of posturing around the enemy jungle again. Now they've got 1 lane of racks, likely waiting for the next Roshan. Just taking things fairly methodically. They don't want to, you know, go through any of those risky plays like that can turn the game like we saw last game. Not that I mean, it would take a lot of them with how far ahead they are here.
It's, you know, what's interesting is it's been the rare 0% win rate for almost 10 minutes now. If we look on the they got a feeling pretty early about how this one was gonna go.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, I'm gonna be honest, but yeah. Even before that, it was 99%. Since like 17 minutes, it's been 99%. And before that, it was at like 98.
Yeah. That's kind of wild. Well, Music finds Cuckoo. Can't go stone farm yourself, although does not have enough damage to kill the BKB. Turn on to Medusa. Abba toss. She's dead. Phil also needing to run away from this. Wants to get in there. Another tree cut. So it's about the best that you could hope for. They've been getting a lot of value out of these quelling blades, but now Toss is on top of him. Another tree cut, avalanche on the bow. They got the grip. Gonna try and make it work, but the Dawnbreaker ulti just means Boomba is gonna die that much more quickly. Oh, Gabby chases in. Ultra kill for Karl. Throws his tree with the shard. Make sure that he gets the finish. They might get the Bane kill. A couple more caught there by the Boundless Strike. That's 3 of them. Cuckoo eating down in your dream. Karl Give that man his rampage. Might find another here. Alacrity trying to escape. This freaking Tiny is too strong. Double rampage. Keep going for more. Another round of avatars in a moment here. Baby Karl punches triple rampage. Give him another one. Keeps going for more. GG won't play this call.
Leave the base. There's a cuddle. Get him, Karl.
Doesn't want to give it to him.
He's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Four of them. Not bad. Yeah, Karl, the quadruple rampage to end the game.